I mean, the jobs crisis is moving onto a scale which is clearly the most serious unemployment crisis any of us have lived through in our generation. And that can rapidly transform itself into a social crisis and a political crisis. So certainly some of the prime ministers and leaders we've been meeting, the South African president, the Australian prime minister, even Gordon Brown himself, understand that message. The question is that going to come clearly out of the meetings with finance ministers, and can we then get messages into the international system that prevent this from ever happening again? So I think what we're calling for is far more action on jobs, putting jobs really centre stage in this, give a message of hope to people that something's going to be done to keep people in jobs, to try to keep workforces together, to make sure every action is taken which can be to try to re-stimulate the global economy, and that means some countries doing more. I think it also means re-regulating the financial markets. It has to be done, and it has to give workers a seat at the table. At the moment, they're talking about creating a financial stability board based on the forum, which excludes working people, excludes representatives from its board. So we need stakeholder involvement there. And then, beyond this crisis, we need to make sure that we don't have a global economic model which reproduces the same sort of inequality which led to this crisis in the first place. So on all of those issues, there's some understanding, but at the moment the reins of power firmly in the hands still of some of the people who produced this crisis in the past, the central bankers, the private bankers, the business groups. And we have to break that open as a labour movement. We have to get the message very clear across that there has to be a new model of growth, one where working people have their voice in the international institutions, and one where social issues, distribution, fair justice on the question of the jobs market really moves centre stage, and casino capitalism is really closed down for good. I mean, we've called it, socialism for the rich and neoliberalism for the poor. And I think that's a fundamentally unjust situation, and we have to pressurise I think, channel much of the anger which is around at the shop floor level in families about the injustice of this situation into a way which puts a progressive, positive agenda forward in the future. I mean, we're there to actually propose solutions, not just to appeal to populism. And I think that I've never known the international labour movement as united it is now, across north, south, east, west, on finding common solutions to some of those challenges. So it's a time where we have great opportunity as well as great risk.